Mary Helandera, Taylor Automotive Family Women in the Driver's Seat. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Sarah Toth, Chief of the Sylvania Township Police Department, about the rewards and I'm sure many challenges of being in law enforcement. Let's go inside and talk to this small but extremely mighty woman. Chief, thank you so much for being here today. Greatly appreciate it. Could you tell us a little bit about your history and what motivated you to go into law enforcement and get behind the wheel as Chief of Police?
Thank you very much for asking me to be a part of this. I have been a police officer for Sylvania Township for almost 28 years. I always knew that I would be in a career of service, and as a police officer, I get to help people, but I've also had a career that is very exciting at times, different every day, and I've always been a person who likes to learn and grow, and police work is definitely conducive to that. I knew I wanted to become chief after being promoted to sergeant. As police officers, we know that we serve the public, but as a supervisor, I realized that not only do I serve the public, but I serve my officers. And I really enjoyed that. And as I progressed through the ranks, I've had more of an opportunity to do that and more of an opportunity to influence the direction of the department overall.
Wonderful. What are a few of the most challenging as well as rewarding aspects of what you do?
As a police officer, it can be really challenging on your personal life. Shift work, working weekends, holidays. Sometimes you have to miss things with your family and friends, and that can be hard. Also, working out in the elements, the extreme heat, cold, rain, snow, all of it, people need help.
Do it all.
Yeah, people need help during all those times, sometimes especially during those times. And I think that emotionally and mentally it can be really hard to be a police officer because sometimes we see the worst of human behavior, but I think some of the most rewarding times come because we also get to see the best of it. And we get to help people when it's the worst day of their life and when they really need it. And honestly, I don't think I've not found anything to be more rewarding than that.
You're there. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Would you encourage others to get behind the wheel of this line of work?
I would, absolutely. It's a great profession. Like I said, you get to help people when they need help. You get to have a lot of fun because it's not always, responding to calls and enforcing the law. Just the interaction with the community is really fun and really rewarding. I think it's a great profession, and I think that if you're a person who feels called to service, this is a great place for you to do that as a police officer.
Awesome. What are you most proud of about the Sylvania Township Police Department?
So many things, actually. I have been every day of my law enforcement career a police officer for Sylvania Township, and I've never wanted to work anywhere else. We have such an amazing community that we serve, but I'm so proud of the officers because at Sylvania Township Police Department, we don't define service as doing what's expected. We define service as doing more than what's expected. And our officers always go the extra mile, and we treat everyone with as much respect and compassion and kindness as we can. And that is something that from day one has been an identity of the Sylvania Township Police Department. And I really love that.
What is the one piece of advice you could give someone who would dare to get behind the wheel of a career in law enforcement?
Particularly for women, if they want to get into law enforcement, I would say this is a profession that we're naturally suited for it. We're great problem solvers, we're hard workers, we're great listeners, mediators, negotiators, and that it's a career perfectly suited for women, and also just to believe in themselves because they got it. They've got all those things that are already part of who they are that will make them great police officers.
Yeah, we have a lot of life skills as women, don't we?
We certainly do.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and it's just, you need a bit of everything in law enforcement. Men, women, cultural diversity, people who have different experiences. That all helps us relate better to the people that we serve, because we don't just serve the residents of the community, we serve the people who are coming through the community, shopping, working in the community. And so as much experience and as much diversity as we can have in law enforcement, it's better for everybody. And like I said, male, female, different races, different religions, different experiences, all bring something to the table that is really valuable.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
All that you do for the community, and it's been truly a pleasure.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Chief, for sharing your insights about law enforcement with us, and thank you and your department, the Sylvania Township Police, for all that you do for our community. Let's head down the road safely and belted up and see who's next in the driver's seat.